This week at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, the excitement of the new school year was destroyed by gun violence. On Monday afternoon, police responded to reports of shots fired in an active shooter on campus. Hours later, police arrested a 34-year-old graduate student. He's charged with first-degree murder for the shooting death of an associate professor. Following the shooting, a group of student journalists at the Daily Tar Heel published this cover, powerfully showcasing some of the many real texts sent and received by students in the hours during lockdown. While the circumstances of that shooting remain under investigation, President Biden this week announced one of the biggest attempts in years to regulate the sale of firearms. As a part of last year's bipartisan Safer Communities Act, Biden proposed to eliminate gun show loopholes by requiring anyone who deals with firearms for profit to have a federal license and conduct criminal background checks before making a sale. Joining me now is Fred Guttenberg, whose daughter Jamie was killed in the Marjory Stoneman Douglas shooting in 2018. He's also the author of American Carnage, Shattering the Myths That Fuel Gun Violence, and Find the Helpers, What 9/11 in Parkland Taught Me About Recovery, Purpose, and Hope. Fred, my friend, I always love spending time with you, but this is another hard conversation to have. I wanted to get your reaction to this week's shooting at UNC.
How lucky we are that only one person was killed, and how devastating that shooting was because of what we saw, which was the text messages that you talked about. But also, Katie, kids climbing out of windows on second floor, third floor to avoid what they thought was an inevitable shooting. And it doesn't need to be this way. You know, I've been thinking all week about this and about this fight over what to do. And there are people from the president on down, we saw what he's doing this week, and people like me who simply want to stop the next example of this. And then there are those on the other side who simply want to sell the next gun. Honestly, Katie, I am so proud to work with the amazing people in this country trying to stop the next one.
Fred, I want to take a look at that jarring UNC student newspaper cover, because I'm not sure if our viewers got a chance to see it at the beginning of your interview. It's up on the screen right now. And I had a difficult time reading it, Fred. I mean, you and I talk about it all the time about my daughter being in public school. She just had an active shooter drill just last week at her public school here in Miami. But I mean, what are the commonalities you're seeing here? These school shootings, there's been so many and too many. One is too many. But what are you seeing when you look at those messages by and between students and kids to their parents, to their friends, to their loved ones, thinking that this is the end for them?
We're raising a generation of traumatized kids. When they hear these reports, they have no choice but to take it seriously and think it could, in fact, be me this time. Because of how we have now failed them for the past, let's call it 30 years. Listen, what President Biden did this week is such a big deal, and I hope people are truly understanding it. And I don't look at it as an expansion of regulation. I look at it as bringing America to a place where it needs to be when it comes to background checks. Think back to 30 years ago when the Brady background check bill was passed. There was no such thing as an internet. Think back to 30 years ago when the Brady background check bill was passed. You didn't have these mega industry-driven gun shows. People always say, well, if he's a bad person, how did he get the gun? Well, it's probably online or through one of these gun shows. Closing these loopholes will save lives. That President Biden is taking action to do so through this rule change is a big deal. And Katie, if I can put a message out to every single person listening to this right now, for the next 90 days, the United States, through the Department of Justice, will be receiving comment on this rule. Every single American who cares about the images you just showed, you make sure that you reach out and you show your support.
So, Fred, a UNC student wrote, quote, "We are the Sandy Hook generation. We grew up crouching behind desks in pitch black darkness as our teachers barred the door shut in case a scary person stepped on campus. What does it say that our students and our teachers still have to live with the fear of a school shooter to this day, and that it really compromises their ability to be in a safe space like a school and to just get an education like every child deserves?
Katie, it's why I wrote American Carnage. Think back to Sandy Hook. That is such a horrible text to read because it's true. After Sandy Hook, the NRA response, I think it was about 5 days after, was a sentence that has become part of culture now, but it never existed before then. And they said, this was their response to Sandy Hook: the only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. They turned Sandy Hook into a gun sales bonanza. The gun lobby, the gun industry, because of their response to Sandy Hook, actually made that tweet that you just read true. We allowed this to happen, but it doesn't need to continue this way. We can, listen, we're not going to stop gun violence in America. There's too many guns out there. But we can reduce the gun violence death rate. We can reduce the instances of gun violence. And we, as a country, better take every step to do so, or the next time it's going to be someone you love.
Fred Guttenberg, I always appreciate you taking the time to be with us. And I know you've walked a journey that none of us could ever imagine. So thank you for always having the courage to speak up, to protect all of our children, including your son, and to make sure that the future is still a bright one for our kids. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Katie.